Hello BookTube. I'm going to be showing you all of my World War I and II nonfiction books here. And this video is mostly just a reminder for me to actually read some of these and get back into it because I read a lot of these when I was a teen, but I think I just kind of grew out of it and I never really went back, but I never stopped buying and collecting these type of books when I see them secondhand. And so I do have a fair bit, like not even in the grand sum of things, it's not that much, but for me in the space I have, it's a bit. And so, but I love some of these books. I think they're incredibly well written, and the history that goes into it and the writing is just incredible for me. So anyway, let's get started. We're going to do World War I, and I've always been more of a World War I girly compared to World War II. I don't know why, and I don't really have like a favorite battle or anything. I think that's the thing. I've never found my niche in any of the world wars, and I think you'll see that kind of reflected in my books. Like it's not really niche specific, but anyway, let's get started. Well, we do technically have one, and we have Gallipoli, which was the Anzacs against the Turks. And I have two books on these. I've showed these on my channel before. Wipe the dust off it. We have Alan Moorehead's Gallipoli, of course, one of the more classic ones here. And then we have Peter Hart's Gallipoli. This one's more factual based and a bit more traditional nonfiction. This one's a bit more narrative, but still, it's incredibly written. And I really loved it when I read it many years ago. So I'm a bit due for a reread. But I love these two books. If you're going to do the Battle of Gallipoli, these are probably the best two I would say to go with. But again, there's so many books on the subject, just pick up any. Then we have some that I haven't read yet. We got Some Into the Breach by Hugh. Oh, I can't even say that last name. We've got this one here. I really don't know what battle this is. This is the Battle of the Somme. I've heard of it, of course, because I've read a couple like complete histories of World War I, but I've never delved into this one. So it's a bit big, but we'll get to it eventually. Then we have a personal favorite, and that's The War That Ended Peace by Margaret Mitchell. I like Margaret Mitchell. This is probably, I've read a handful of her books actually, but this is my favorite from her. It's a great history of the First World War if you're going to do like a single volume. And I really love her writing. It's incredibly detailed and you can't go wrong with Miss Mitchell. Then we have another favorite of mine, and I read this probably last year or something like that. It's The Sleepwalkers, of course. This has been read. People know about this one. It's pretty famous, and I don't know what to say. It's incredible. This is about the build up to World War I and like the history around it. And yeah, it's very lovely. It's very nice. And then we have ending World War I is the story of the Great War by G.J. Meyer, 1914 to 1918. I haven't read this one yet. It's been sitting on my stacks of books for so long, and I feel like I need to get to it because I've heard a lot of great things about it. So that's World War I. And then I do have a bit of World War II, so I'll move it up here. And so firstly, I have John Hersey's Hiroshima, which I've never read. I know I've heard it's really confronting, but also really important to read. And so I've had a Penguin modern of it for like so long, but I just haven't gotten to it. Mostly because it's just not my niche when it comes to World War II. I don't have a niche, and I feel like I need to find one. So, but in saying that, I do have some favorites in here, like Anthony Beevor's The Second World War. Anthony Beevor's an amazing historian, and this is his volume on the Second World War, and it's incredible. Anthony Beevor's iconic in his own right, and we love him. But then we probably have one of my favorites, and this is the Pacific War here. This is about the Pacific War, obviously, and it's an incredible read. I can't remember much of it because I read it as a teen, and I remember I was going to annotate it at some point and go through, but I never did. But I do remember going on like family trips, and I brought this, and I for some reason read it, but I can't remember much of it, and I know that it annoys me because I need to go back to it. But it's got all the major Pacific Wars in World War II. It's got your Pearl Harbors. It's got what else does it have? Oh my god, it's been so long since I've read this. But anyway, it's got like your major sea battles. Love the Japanese stuff too. So yeah, we have that. And I would say that's probably my favorite World War related book I've read. But we also have here by Martin Gilbert, The Day the War Ended. Here. This is about the end of World War II. So I haven't read that one yet, so that's why I'm skipping forward a bit. And then we have another favorite of mine, and this is Andrew Roberts' book, The Storm of the War. This is just a great one-volume history of World War II, and it's very approachable, I find. And I've gone through bits and pieces of it. Like I've read it over the course of like a couple months because um, it's a bit, but it's a bit much for me. But I still really enjoyed it, and so yeah, that's the end of that's all my World War books. You'll notice how there's literally major gaps missing. Like of course, like your Holocaust stuff. There's really none of that, and I just feel like this is again just a reminder for me to find a niche in World War books and just stick to that. But again, I don't know. So yeah, that was just a quick breakdown and of all my World War books. Let me know what you thought about these books. Do you have any recommendations for me? Please let me know. And yeah, thank you so much for watching BookTube, and I'll see you next time.